Liverpool versus everybody. Just here to do a quick video before heading off to work. Had some things in my mind, so didn't want to wait till game day to get them out. Just want to talk about a few things now. And first, just finished listening to Klopp's pre-match press conference. And they asked him an assortment of questions, most of them stupid questions as usual. And he answered them his typical way. Sometimes with a scoff, sometimes with a straight answer. But at the end of the day, honesty. And that's what I like about Klopp. He's always going to be straightforward. He's always going to tell you what it is, how he feels, facts, truth. And that's why I love Klopp. It's always from the heart. It's always straight up, whether you like it or not. One of the things that they asked him was about confidence, and if the game against Maribor was kind of a barometer of where that may be now and where the confidence may be because of smashing them 7-0, things of that nature. And I agree with what he said, and it's, the players never really seem, in my opinion, to lack confidence. Some of it was just really unlucky. I know people hate to say that, I hate to hear that, but it's just true. I don't know why that was happening, because again, the way we played against Maribor isn't too different from how we played against most teams. In most of the games this year, bar the City game, honestly, even though we lost 2-0 to Leicester in the Cup, I mean, we were pretty much in control of all the games. And so, it's unfortunate that we aren't up higher in the table as we probably should be. Being 8th right now is not where I thought we would be beginning the season. Even with the draw at Watford, I thought we'd definitely be far up the table. But listen, we know it could be better. It could also be worse. And so we need to realize that in some of those games we drew them. In years past, maybe even as recent as last season, some of those games we would have thrown away as far as losing them, and we didn't. So I don't know if Maribor means that all of a sudden we're going to kick on. I would hope so, but I don't think that necessarily means that. They also asked about Milner, and of course Klopp is always going to keep his ideas and his thoughts and for his starting lineup decisions close to his chest until game day, so you're going to have to wait for that. He didn't give anything away from that, and give anything away concerning that, and I'm not shocked that he didn't. Mo Salah and him trying to stay healthy and going to play with Egypt, him being the main man there, and hopefully him not picking up any knocks, knock on wood. But also there's this guy, the Dutch coach or trainer or whatever, Raymond Vagina, I don't know his name, but for some reason he continues to find ways to bring up these outdated methods that Klopp uses, as well as Conte, and saying that the reason why both teams respectively did good last season was because of the lack of any European football. I don't really know if there's any truth to it. I don't really care. I find it strange that this guy continues. It's almost like he has a personal vendetta against Klopp. I don't get it. Maybe he wishes to be a manager and he hasn't gotten that, and he's a little salty about it. Whatever the case may be, I think Klopp should continue with his methods and continue what he feels like works for the team. Speaking back on Salah, he did a wonderful thing recently. He was given a very plush package from the Egyptian team for helping their team, well, for winning the game for them, I would say, and getting them into the World Cup. And instead of accepting that, he asked that it be donated to the area of the country that he's from or whatever to help with things in that area. I think that's a big deal. I think that's something that a lot of people don't really talk about. Football is what we want to talk about, but when people make gestures like that, it's worth mentioning, and I salute him on that, because he realizes there are bigger things in the world than than Mo Salah. So I think that's amazing. And again, on the plus side, listen, 2 back-to-back clean sheets. One a win, one a pretty significant win, and the other a draw. Again, both games we dominated. So only 1 goal we were allowed at home. So and that's good. I've always wanted us to keep our home rhythm good and keeping that. If we can be undefeated, that would be great. I think we can. So keep fighting at that. But we got Wembley. We got Wembley Sunday, and of course they brought up the whole Klopp doesn't do well there. I guess people don't count the Barcelona match where we pretty much slaughtered them as well at Wembley. I mean, I know there was nothing really to fight for, to play for. There was no real prize at the end of it, but it's a win. But they talk more about the Champions League final against Bayern Munich that they lost. Unfortunately, I thought they played really well. I think Bayern got a last-minute goal or whatever right before stoppage time. or right around stoppage time. And then, of course, the final against City, which we were a little unfortunate with the penalty kick. So, listen, that goes out the window. We've never played Tottenham. Well, Klopp hasn't played Tottenham there. I don't know if we've played Tottenham there ever, actually, now that I think about it. But so it's a new game, it's a new year. None of that stuff really matters to me. The past is the past, and we have a chance to, for the pundits and people who write to fix that for them, I guess, or whatever, so they can shut their mouth when it comes to that. But yeah, so there's been also a lot of talk about Moreno and why Robertson hasn't been coming in. And listen, I got to be honest, Moreno has done little, if anything, to be replaced. He really has done quite well this season, and I think to a lot of people's surprise. It shows the faith that Klopp has in his players. It shows that, and it shows how thankful they are about it. And maybe Robertson coming in, put a little fire up under Moreno, and allowed him to, or compelled him to play much better, and to be a little more mistake-free. Now he's still Moreno, so he's and he's human, so there's chances that will happen. I think Robertson will get his chances. The good thing about it is, if Moreno has a dip in form, or he gets hurt, or whatever the case may be, we do have a more than capable player to come in for that spot. So that's actually good to know. That's good. I'm happy with that. But yeah, another game, another chance to see Liverpool play. I'm excited about it. Yeah, just wanted to come here and talk about a few things. Emery Chan, my favorite player, probably in football, definitely for Liverpool. A lot of chatter about, some people saying he should just go. We should cut our losses. If he goes, he most likely might go for free, and that's a shame. And going in general is a shame. And we're talking about Leon Goretzka. I don't know I can't pronounce his last name. Plays in Germany, German international midfielder. A lot of people saying that's going to be the direct replacement. It'd be nice if we can get both of them. I want to see Emery stay, and it's amazing to see how negative people are about him, when I'm sure those same people had nothing negative to say about Philip Cuttino, who wanted to leave, who put in a transfer request, who was unsettled beginning of the season, is obvious. But it's Cuttino, so nobody really has much to say. I mean, everybody almost wet the bed when they knew that, or they found out that he wanted to leave, and now that he stayed, everybody's overjoyed or whatever, which is fine, to each his own. But I think Emery Chan is just as important to our squad. And surely there's other people who think that, but I think the majority feel like, take it or leave it. If he leaves, he leaves. We can replace him with a better player, whatever like that. I think if Chan does leave, which is not out of the question, I mean, of course he could, whatever team he goes to, he's going to have an instant impact, in my opinion. But like any other player, they want to be appreciated. They want to know where they're going to be playing. They want to know how big of a role they have in the team. And they want to be paid for it. You know what I mean? They want to be they want to be looked at as a player that's essential to what's going forward. And I mean, every player has that. So yeah, just wanted to come out and say a few things about that while it was on my mind. I probably forgot some of the other things I wanted to say, but all in all, I'm happy what we're doing. Let's please keep in mind that was Marabar, though. I'm gonna end it with this. Tottenham is a whole different thing. I mean, every position they've got stout players. Even the young guys, Winks, Davies, they got Dyer. I mean, every player you think of in their position. I'm surprised that Tottenham hasn't been, winning the league last couple seasons, really. I mean, I just think they have a complete team with a great coach, great fan base. I mean, Tottenham should be doing better than they are. It seems like towards the end of the season they kind of tail off or whatever, but good squad. I think our biggest test so far. I really do. The City game I don't count because of what happened in the situations and circumstances. It is what it is. It's a loss. They beat us fair and square, whatever you want to call it. But this, to me, is the biggest test. So I'm excited, and I look forward to seeing Liverpool put out a really good performance. So we'll see you all Sunday morning with another pregame, or with a pregame video, and yeah, see you then.